Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou. Welcome to Turangawaewae Regatta 129. The regatta itself, it started in 1896. You do the maths. The reality about all this is that we're celebrating today with the sadness that we don't have our late King 𝐼𝐴𝐻𝐿𝐴 portacom. I say that with due respect simply because the whakataua was his. Handed down from his tupuna from 1845 to today. It's with sadness that he's not here. But we celebrate that with Queen 𝐼𝐴𝐻𝐿𝐴 comes the impact of a greater generation of young people. The regatta started way back in 1896, and it's 129 years has passed. It was instigated by the community of Ngaruawahia, and the Irish, and it was a mix of community there, and they decided how were they going to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. And as you know, the Irish and the St. Patrick's Day is their day of commemoration. So they started with cake stalls and all those stalls, and then it began to grow. And this, at the junction of the meeting of the two rivers, Waipa River and Waikato, is that right there at the point, they begin to hold stalls there. And by setting up all their stalls, they became bigger and bigger and bigger. Then they had the Highland, the Scottish dance and all those things. Yes, and I remember all that. They had swings, flying swings. They had what do you call those? Big wheels that go, Ferris wheels, Dodgem cars. They had it all. And it came to pass that with regards to the years surpassed, it was in 1972 that the environment of the regatta changed. Prior to that, in celebrating the 100 years, it was under the direction of the mayor at that time, the late Angus MacDonald, and he formed liaisons with Te Arikinui, Te Tairangi Kahu, and the regatta became a greater, and the content of Maori content was greater, because in the early days they just had Maori on the barge doing a few Maori songs, and that was it, you know, for a community that was Maori dominated, Maori owned. The land was Maori owned. Not too bad when you just got a splice of a 5-minute kapahaka from this group of Maoris, and that's it. However, by the time it came to commemorate the 100 years, the relationship was greater. Sadly, by 1972 is that the Ngaruawahia Regatta Association couldn't sustain and maintain the regatta. So the regatta was that in the old days, I'm telling you now, there used to be boats flying down the river, and skiers and all those things, very pākehā, all right? And so by 72, they couldn't sustain the management of the regatta because they had to pay everybody to do everything. Unlike Māori, you know, when you get a kaupapa, everybody all in, no pay, work hard, and say, well done. That was our pay. 72 was when the committee of the Kimiora fundraising, led by Marae Tours Bob Kerr, and his committee met with the Ngaruawahia Regatta Association. And it was there that it was determined that rather than let the regatta go anywhere else, we would sustain it. And it was there that Turangawaewae Marae then became the official host for the incoming regatta of 1973. It was to be utilised to fundraise, to pay for 𝐼𝐵𝐼𝐻, the cultural centre that stands on the marae today. And with Marae Tours being the chairman, many years passed, and then eventually, 𝐼𝐵𝐻 was paid for. But however, I want to also acknowledge the fact that Hauraki, our families from Hauraki, our koro, tiki, and nani, te wira, rakena, took upon themselves to set up a fundraising committee, a body, to be able to support, to help Turangawaewae, or to pay for 𝐼𝐵𝐻. And they did. And for years they continued to fundraise, and once 𝐼𝐵𝐻 was paid for, and then both committees, albeit Hauraki under Uncle Dick and Aunty Vera, Rakena, and then also Marae Tours here with his committee at Turangawaewae, they resigned to having to be able to rest from fundraising, and then thus the Hauraki kaupapa was then transferred over, or whatever is a better word for it, is that the families from there decided they were going to create the Hauraki Kapahaka Festival, and that still continues today. For the regatta, it still continues here at Turangawaewae, and for that very reason, we commemorate the 129 years, but the regatta here is different. Very different, because it's the only Māori aquatic sports that happens in the southern hemisphere. And so when we used to have all the kōpapa races, and I didn't like this one, Chase the Bride, I saw how sexist that was. And the reality of we used to have Dave Tuatara from Whaingoro, who used to bring his horses to swim across the river. But then we had to stop that because it was too dangerous for the horses. They would drown. The current was too strong. Then we had all the wakatau, the kōpapa. We had all these marae all trying to outdo each other with the kōpapa. Today, we have all the schools. The schools come in and they actually carry the kaupapa of the kōpapa races. And I have to acknowledge Te Muka Dixie, Uncle Dixon. He was the one that initiated the kōpapa along with Clayton from Raglan. They built the first fiberglass kōpapa. Then every other school followed suit. Today, we have that. The schools maintain the traditional kōpapa, although it's fiberglass waka. It's the whole art. It's all about the art of kōpapa racing. Then there was the hurdles. The kōpapa would go flying over the hurdles, and I tell you that our kaumātua from here, Tom Simon, he was the champion with regards to the hurdles. And it was good too, because Buck, one of our tupuna from Te Puaha, Billy Buck, he was the absolute champion of all kōpapa racing and hurdle racing. So when we look at that, is that, yes, that's, we tried to maintain that, but it was just the children preferred just the kōpapa racing. So with the kōpapa racing, and the finale of the regatta is always the wakatua. It's the opening of the regatta, which at 11 o'clock on Saturday will be the opening of the regatta with the 5 wakatua coming down the river, and then they will close at 3 o'clock. It's usually. Now, the wakatua this year will pay homage and a salute to our late King Tuheitia Portacom Te Whenua. It will also celebrate the first year that the Queen will celebrate. She will celebrate as Queen, but she's been here to every regatta since she was a kid. So it's just a matter of a different title. But for all that's said and done is that for all of you that are coming here, you know, the stall holders, you contact the Marae Committee. Oh, God, there's no Marae Committee. Turangawaewae Board of Trustees for stalls. There are people coming in to put their stalls up now. And you look at the parking, you need to observe the safety of children running around. So we do not support you running around on cars and parking all over the place. There are plenty of parks, and please go park as directed. The cost to come into the regatta is $10 per adult, $5 children from 4 up. From 3 down, it's free. So they say. So I suggest that you get in early. When you come, all the stall holders, they'll be here early, 4 o'clock in the morning, Saturday morning. There's no way you're going to get in if you're going to leave yourself till around about 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Yeah, forget it. It'll be chocker here. We know it through experience. And, you know, be ready for wet and sunny weather. But it's good here. It's safe. The children will be safe so long as you as a parent look after your kid. Okay? Now, what else is there? The entertainment. Your matatini. If you never got to matatini is coming to you from Turangawaewae here on stage on the Waikato. So we got all these teams that will be here. And then you that didn't go to matatini, you can have a front row seat. So bring your whatever, your kai, your water. Make sure don't get dehydrated. Very important. Okay? And watch out for your kid. Please leave your animals at home. Don't bring them. Don't leave your dog in the car. If I find out your dog's in there, I'm going to ring the police. I will. That's cruelty. Okay? And I won't have it. Don't you bring your animals to this marae. Is that we need to ensure that the safety of people are first and foremost. And for you local people, you don't bring your dog. Do not bring your dog. You people, you don't listen. You find yourself, you think that you can do that without respecting everybody else. I don't like it, don't do it. All right? Please, I'm asking you. And don't leave your children in your cars. Don't bloody well do that. Because is that if that child, anything happens to that child, it reflects on every Māori that's here, reflects on the mana of the kingitanga, it reflects on the marae, and it reflects on you who did that. So I'm saying to you, do not leave your children. I don't care if it's only 5 minutes. Don't leave your kid in the car or your babies. Well, that's Aunty Mamae with what's all up front, telling you like it is. If you feel like you want to be a hoha and be a nuisance, stay home. All right? Don't come and ruin other people's day. Koe haere mai. Me e pēnana tō āhua, koe haere mai. And drugs, no way. We won't have that, drugs and alcohol. We will search, we will endeavour to make damn sure that your bags, you open your bags up, we want to see what's in it. So that is my final to you. Drug-free, smoke-free, give it up. You save more money. Alcohol-free, yeah, and I can see a couple of people nodding their head over here. Is that all that? Forget it. If you want to come to this kaupapa, then come clean, come free, and come safe. Aunty Mamae here on Te Taura Here Tangata, Tainui Live, 95.4 FM. Don't park in front of my house.